Okay, hi, welcome to this tutorial. What we're going to be looking at is GoPro Studio, which is the editing software that comes with the GoPro. We're going to cover how to import your files from your camera, how to view and trim those, and then how to edit in the software, and then also exporting too. Now this is the GoPro Studio software that comes free with the GoPro, and it's a handy little tool actually for just sort of basic editing. Includes all the sort of tools that you might expect to be able to cut a basic video. I'm using this on a Mac, but the software looks exactly the same on Windows. The only bit that might look different is how we import the files. So at the back end it might look slightly different. So what we're doing here, I'm assuming that you have connected your camera to your computer, either directly with the cable or inserted your card. If so, it may have automatically imported your files and they should show up just here. If they don't, what you need to do is click on Import New Files, just up here on the left. So if we click on that plus icon, what that will do is that should show your camera or your card. If you've named it, I haven't, it shows up here as untitled. But you can see here, I've gone to the DCIM folder, into the GoPro folder, and there's 4 clips that I've just quickly shot now, just to show you how to do this. So let's just select those clips, and we'll import those into GoPro Studio. Okay, so once they're in, you should see that you can then view those in the middle, just to get an idea of what you've got there. Okay. Now, for some reason, I'm not sure why, but the edit part of the software won't see the files straight off the camera, particularly if you've shot them in the same format that I have. So what you have to do first is you have to convert the files ready for editing. Okay, so I've got 4 short files here. Okay, all of random things in the office, and on the view and trim, if you don't want to use the entire clip, you can actually mark an in point and an out point of the section of the clip that you want to convert. So that's using these tools down here, an in point and out point, and you can see it's actually it's actually trimmed off the beginning and end there. But I do want the whole clip, so I'm just going to put those back in. Let's just put that there. Okay, so you'll see here you can name the file and you can change the directory perhaps, but let's not worry about that too much, or you can flip the clip. Okay, so I want to convert all these clips, so I'm just going to select them all and I'm going to add to conversion clip list. Okay, so they now appear on my conversion list over here. Let's just quickly save our project. So let's call this GoPro tutorial. Okay, so once they're over here, all I need to do is convert those. So I'm just going to select them all again, click convert, and this should just take a minute or two just to convert those. So this is just prepping them to be ready to use in the editing. Obviously, if your clips are really long, this process may take a few minutes, so it's a good opportunity to go and get a cup of tea. Okay, so they're just basic clips, just to give you a demo. Right, so once we've converted our clips, what we need to do next is move on to the editing stage. So all we simply need to do is click on Edit up at the top here, and it'll bring up a template menu. Now, you know, if you want to use one of these templates, go ahead, but we're going to work with the blank template over on this side, which is creating a video from scratch. So let's choose that and let's click Create. Now you should see that our clips that we converted now appear on the left hand side here. Okay, so here's how we use the edit software. We've got our viewer screen here, and we've got a timeline down at the bottom. As you can see, you've got several layers. You've got video, title and audio. Okay, so we also, on the right hand side over here, we have some control options. So we can do basic editing things like speed our clip up, slow it down, reverse it, fade it in, fade it out. We can play about with our audio levels, white balancing, so we can play about with color. We can adjust contrast and things like that, and we can zoom or adjust our framing. So obviously, if you've shot something in 4K, you could crop your image quite easily without losing much quality. So first things first, as with other basic tools, along the bottom here you've got your editing controls. So the first one there is a blade to cut your clip. You then also have a jump to previous and jump to next edit point button, and then you've got your mark in and your mark out points. Okay, so they're your basic buttons that you need there. Then obviously you've got your playback controls and your audio here. Now obviously you don't need to drop your whole clip onto your sequence, so first things first is you need to find the section of the clip that you want to use. So I want this clip to start just here, so I'm going to mark an in point, and I want it to end just here. So move that along a little bit. Oops. I'm going to mark an out point just there. So all I need to do now is click on the clip and drag that onto my timeline. And drag it from there. Okay, so that should just have the mark in and out point that I selected. Okay. Next, let's get another clip. So here's my little drum kit. I want this to start here, in, and end here, out. So let's drag that on. You'll see it puts a green line just to sort of show you that you are lining it up. Now naturally it puts in a dissolve, which I'm not a big fan of dissolve, so I'm going to get rid of that dissolve purely by selecting it and pressing delete. Okay, next thing, let's do a little camera movement up from the memory card up to the computer screen. Okay, so I'll drag that in, get rid of that dissolve. Okay, and then last but not least, our mascot reindeer. Okay, so we're going to pan up from the floor onto the reindeer. Let's drop that in. Okay, and we'll get rid of that dissolve. Okay, so what we've done is we've just put a basic edit together. Watch this from the beginning. Okay. So as you can hear there, it's got all the current audio from the clip, so if you want to just get rid of that, just click on the audio buttons along there, or alternatively you can just adjust the audio. But for these purposes I'm going to take it off. Now next I want to put a piece of music underneath, so all I need to do now is obviously import the song that I want to use. So I'm going to up here, click on media, I'm going to find a piece of music in my music folder, so let's bring in a bit of Bob Marley. Okay, and in the same way we can, if we don't want to use the whole song, mark an in and out point. If we do, let's just drag it on and we'll put it, naturally highlights the audio tracks there, so let's drop this on at the beginning. Okay, so if we play that now, you'll hear that it plays with a bit of music. So it's starting to resemble a bizarre music video. Actually timed quite nicely with the music as well. Right, okay. Finally, we can add titles. Okay, so if we want to put a title on our video, if we click on our title tool here, we can put some text in here. So let's put a little clip in there. We can change our font. Let's go with Impact. It's always a safe bet. Okay, colour. I don't know. Let's have red. Okay, we can move this around on our screen, so I want it to come on there, I want it to fade in, and I want it to fade out. Let's just have a look at what that does. again. So I want that to fade in at the start. Is that going to work? Oops. Okay, we'll play about with that in the main part of the edit. So we've currently got that on screen for a few seconds. So let's now appears over here in our title tool. So let's just drop that into our video, and you can see it inserts it in. Now, if we want to make that a little bit shorter, we simply let's just put a cut in the clip there, and let's get rid of that. Okay, and you see it's inserted it in. Now, it doesn't appear to be able to make a graphic on a sort of clear background, so you have to sort of make do with a sort of graphic template like that in this software. Okay, but that is how we do some basic editing. So if you have a play about with that, when you're all ready to finish, simply move on to the next stage, click export, and here obviously you just need to choose where you want to save the item to. Choose your setting. I'd suggest one of these two here, depending, unless you're planning to put it on YouTube or whatever. Obviously choose one of the custom sets. Gives you an idea of the file size, and then you click export, and that is it. So have a go at that. Import your footage, see if you can cut together a little basic sequence. Obviously now you know what the basic tools are, you can get creative with it, so good luck with that. Well, thank you very much.